You're listening to the Major Pod Network, the only place where your favorite toy store, card shop, arcade, theme park, and arena are all on the same block. Scratch that major itch.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Major World Order. Major World Order.
Hey guys, it's Husvar, and welcome to the monthly pop culture episode. I got a pretty special one for you guys, at least special to me. Just a disclaimer: if I look sweaty or tired or feel like I'm bored or whatever, it's because my central air just died yesterday, so I'm upstairs, so all the humidity and the heat rises, so I'm like miserable right now. I have a fan blowing on me. Hopefully it's not popping up in the vid, but I gotta do what I gotta do to not die. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to do the pop culture this month because this summer was a pretty big blockbuster movie summer, I'd say. We had kind of three big movies that are kind of a part of all of our childhoods, or at least mine. My age range. I'm gonna be 36 in August, so around that age, and I'm sure modern younger kids today know all these franchises too because they still exist. But we had the Jurassic World Rebirth, we had Superman, and we had Fantastic Four release all within like 3 to 4, the 3-week span or whatever. We had all those movies, which was pretty cool. It was cool to get to go to the movies every week and see these movies. Fantastic Four, I know came 2 weeks after Superman, so it wasn't continuous, but pretty continuous. It was pretty big. But yeah, I wanted to give my my spoiler-free review of just Fantastic Four and Superman. I cut out Jurassic Park because it's been out for a while, and I don't have many of the figures from it. It wasn't like I liked it, but it wasn't like a huge deal to me. But Superman and Fantastic Four were, so I figured I'd keep it at the superhero movies. But let me give you my non-spoiler reviews of each. Let's see. So let's start with Superman. It released before Fantastic Four, so I'm just gonna go down the line. I absolutely loved the movie. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it as much as I did. I kind of, I watch a lot of theory videos and I watch all the trailers and everything, and I tried to, not keep my expectations too high. But with Superman, it was a little different because it is like the relaunch of this new DC movie universe. And I enjoyed James Gunn's work. Creature Commandos, which is technically the first project of this new DC universe, besides all the stuff that he's pulling in that he did previously. But Creature Commandos is kind of the first one, and I had very low expectations on it, and I ended up loving it. I remember I was like, when's the next episode come out? I gotta find out what happens next, and see how it all builds, the world building and everything. And they actually had Superman make his first appearance in I think episode 3 or 4, I forget. From a nightmare vision, and they showed a bunch of other DC heroes. So I was like, So technically that was the first appearance, but I absolutely loved that show. So I kind of had some hopes for Superman. I wanted it to do well because it's a new universe. As long as the movie was good, if the movie sucked, then obviously, but I didn't think it would. But I absolutely loved the movie. I loved the that there was humor in it, but there wasn't too much humor. I mean, Superman comics, if you actually read a Superman comic, even like the old, the super old ones, or some of them are modern, they're all like have silly stuff in them, and but it did have some, very serious, lots of serious moments and lots of inspirational stuff in it. But that was probably like the reason why I loved it, because it like Superman, the S means hope or whatever, and that's what it's supposed to inspire, and I feel like it did, especially with that, the speech he says at the end that kind of got me, because well, me personally, I've been going through, a lot of bad stuff the past couple years, just just tough times, and it happens to everybody, I'm sure, most of us at least. And I needed a little hope in my life, and it definitely did that. And it I got emotional at times during the movie. I did see the movie 4 times now, so you can tell how much I enjoyed it. But yeah, I just the characters, just who David Cornsweet, who plays Superman, was Superman. It was crazy. Like, I didn't go into that movie thinking like, oh, it's Cornsweet, just play it, like it was Superman. It was pretty cool. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, I think he might be the best Lex Luthor. I really love Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex in Smallville. He was probably my favorite Lex up until now, but I'm gonna say, to give them both credit, I'm gonna give Michael my favorite TV show, Lex Luthor, and Nicholas is my favorite movie version. But I know Nicholas had some inspiration from the Smallville Lex. Like, that was his. He grew up watching Smallville, like I did. So it was cool to hear that he did take some liberties from him. Michael Rosenbaum has a podcast. He has 2 podcasts. He has Talkville, which they watch all the episodes of Smallville, and then they talk about it and talk about the fun, the stuff that happens behind the scenes, which it's an awesome podcast. I recommend it. And then his other podcast he has is called Inside You, and he gets a lot of big industry names, and he had Nicholas Hoult on. That's where I got the information from. But yeah, and Lois, she was probably the best Lois Lane. Just, she has like this toughness to her, but also like feminine at the same time, and I thought it was awesome. I love the dynamic with Clark and Superman. They're both the same person, but yeah, I thought the action was great. I thought the story was great. I liked how it ended. I thought the cameos that they put in there were pretty awesome. There's they're both funny ones, and the last one is kind of setting up more stuff, more movies and such, more world building. But yeah, 2 end credit scenes too. But yeah, I absolutely loved the movie. I thought, no movie's perfect, but I thought it was like a perfect Superman movie. I mean, I if you know the character and you like Superman, like, it's like you're the way I describe it to everyone I've talked to about who hasn't seen it is that it's like if you went to your local comic book store and grabbed a random Superman comic off the shelf and just started reading it. Like, it just goes right into it. They don't need to, tell the origin story for the 50th time. We know how he became, how it all began and everything. And, I like that they even do flashbacks for it. They just kind of do like almost a Star Wars like opening type of thing. But yeah, I'm trying not to give you spoilers, but yeah, Crypto looked real. It wasn't, and he had a body double, but I know mostly it's CGI, but it looked like real. Just, the movie was great. I thought it was awesome. You want a rating system? Out of 5 stars, I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was a very great comic book movie, and I think it's a great start to this new universe. And I want more. Like I'm excited to see where things go, and I'm glad the movie's doing well and then staying in theaters, and that they're actually keeping in theaters for a while. Like most of these movies, they take them out after a couple weeks and then they're on streaming, but Superman seems like he wants to keep it in theaters, which is awesome because I'm probably gonna go see it a couple more times, especially now when I don't have AC. I could run to the movie theater and like enjoy the AC and enjoy good movies. So might do that this week. But yeah, that's my honest review on Superman. It does have, people said pacing issues and stuff. After seeing it a couple of times, those kind of went away from me, because it's like you almost don't know what to expect, when you see a movie for the first time and you kind of have your mindset. So I always recommend, like especially like movies like those, like see it like twice, just twice, like, because sometimes your mindset is like, you're thinking of one thing, or like you're thinking it's gonna be one way and then it ends up this way, and it kind of like throws you off. But if you see it twice, you kind of like, what it's gonna feel like, and then you could kind of pick up all the all the movie making stuff, like script and cinematography, all that stuff. But yeah, it had some issues with it. There's sometimes I wanted like there was a couple like little characters here and there. They're not like important characters, but like I guess they kind of are, but they kind of like don't explain them, or they it is what it is. But like James Gunn, I know, is very transparent, so he's been kind of releasing that information out there. But there's a character called Mr. Handsome, and he just is in the movie, and he's kind of just there, and like he's creepy looking, and then like you're like curious as like what he is, James Gunn I think just put out this week what he is, but yeah, I just wish they maybe like not like shoehorned it in, because I don't like just like kind of just putting it in there, but maybe like thought of like a little way of explaining like what he was, and but I mean that's like very minor nitpicking for me. It's like like there's a kaiju, it's like how did he get the kaiju? So the explanations are that they were created by Lex, because he's almost like, originally in the comics Lex Luthor was a mad scientist, more of a mad scientist, and then he kind of became more of a billionaire and a politician and such. But so it makes sense, like with those creatures, like he's kind of a mad scientist, but he's also the billionaire. So it's kind of like, that's why I like James Gunn, because he kind of picks, things from comics that exist and put them in. There's characters he changes and such, but makes them more interesting. But yeah, those are like very minor nitpicks for me. So that's why it kind of takes a half a point off for me. And my grading scale, it's based on like kind of comic book movies and superhero movies. Like, am I gonna compare Superman to like The Godfather or like Goodfellas or like Oppenheimer or something like that? No, but like but I do think it's a great film. I think it's a great film in general, that everyone can enjoy. So but yeah, I mean, I don't think any superhero movie should be compared to like The Godfather or any of those like big movies. Even Dark Knight, I don't think, the performances are great, but it's still just a comic book movie. But I digress. Anyway, so the next review is the Fantastic Four. So I came out last week, 2 weeks ago. I don't remember anymore. I think last week, and yeah, I thought it was the best Fantastic Four movie by default. I mean, I listen. I grew up with the the Chris Evans, the early 2000s ones, or late 2000s, whatever. Fantastic Four movies, Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. And they have a special place in my heart. I enjoy things about them. They're not great movies whatsoever, but they hold a special place in my heart nostalgically. So I enjoy those movies. You know, the 2000 the remake, with the Josh Trank remake, was horrible. It was actually one of the, I was watching with my mom back when it came out, and it was one of the first movies that we both wanted to like shut it off, like it was so bad. But so this movie kind of by default is the best Fantastic Four movie. You could only really go up from what we got. I enjoyed the movie, but it definitely had its issues. And let me say this first too, because I know people are gonna jump down my throat. I'm not biased. I mean, I do tend to enjoy DC a little more, but like I understand their track record on movies hasn't been great, and the Marvel's track record has been awesome. I'm admitting that. So but I like to do these unbiased, without, favoring or whatever. But yeah, Fantastic Four. I thought it was fine. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was a 10 out of 10 movie like everyone's saying it is. I thought it was a good Marvel movie as well. I think it's up there for them, but I mean, it's not beating Endgame. It's not beating Infinity War. It's not beating, some of these big, Spider-Man No Way Home. It's not beating those movies for me, but I thought it was, up there, just about at those movies for me. I really like the 1960s aesthetic to it. I'm a big Jack Kirby fan, so like this movie was pretty much a big love letter to Jack Kirby. I enjoyed Sue. I thought she was awesome. I thought she was like perfect in this movie. And Johnny too. I really enjoyed Johnny. I thought he was funny, and he was like how Johnny should be. Thing I liked too. I really like Eben as the Thing, but there wasn't enough of him in the movie. He really didn't do much, and I thought he should have been a little more tough, but I get what they were going for him. We're kind of used to seeing him as this like, I'm depressed, I got turned, I look like this, blah 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 blah. So they kind of wanted to switch it up, but that's like a big part of his character in the comics and such. So I felt like that was missing a little bit. I mean, they touched upon it, but I felt like they should have touched on it a little more. But I love that Eben as him. I thought he was perfect. I thought it looked good. There are times the CGI didn't look too great in certain scenes, but I mean, it is what it is. It looked good enough to me. But yeah, I enjoyed the Thing, but there should have been a little more of them. And same with Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal. I mean, listen, I like Mando, I like Pedro Pascal and things, but I mean, he played a decent Reed Richards, but like I just like there wasn't enough of him for me to like really gauge. Like he kind of just was. I mean, people are gonna bash on me, but he was kind of on the chalkboard like most of the movie. But I know that's like his character, but I just wanted to see a little more of him, like a little more of his powers. Like, they like, he was the way he stretched in the movie was very like basic. It was just like him like grabbing a ledge or like, going to pick something from over there, do on the chalkboard or whatever. But I wanted to kind of see a little more of those like crazy, weird stretches that he did in the comics. Like it's really weird looking, but there's one he like made his eye look like a telescope, just to do it. Or like, I just thought that they made his stretching abilities a little like less stretchy. Like there's a part where he's like getting overstretched, and I was like, that's it. Like I mean, it was pretty horrifying looking, but like horrifying like in the in the movie in like a sense of danger type of thing. But yeah, like because in other in the comics he could do all these crazy stretches, and this one he could only go so far. So, that kind of threw me off a little bit. I know I'm just nitpicking at this point, but I thought Silver Surfer was awesome. I kind of wish they referenced Norn Rad Silver Surfer in it too, but I think I see where they're gonna go with this. Maybe having her be like this universe's Silver Surfer, and then later we'll get the other one or whatever. But I thought it would have been cool if they, said that they were husband and wife like they were in the comics or such. But who knows? Maybe we'll see more of that later. But I thought she was great. I thought she looked cool. I liked the dynamic with Johnny. It was cool. And then Galactus was probably my favorite part of the movie. He was perfect in my opinion, like perfect Galactus. Like, well, I'll get to it later, but just like his voice, the suit, the ship, his is the glowing eyes, like his like. This is one of the first Marvel movies where I felt like actually like scared, like this villain like actually makes you feel like dread, like a lot of these Marvel movies, you have the villains like they make them a little jokey, or they, they're not like scary, but Galactus was like, I felt like I could feel their dread, like especially the part shown in the trailers. They go to his ship to like try and talk to him, and that whole dialogue between them was awesome. Like that was probably my favorite scene of the movie, was where they go to see him for the first time. I thought it was awesome. Let's see what else. Yeah, I so like like I said, I had issues with the ending. Most of all, there's some things that just having read the comics, I get it. It's a different universe. It's a movie universe. Blah blah blah. But I felt like they should have did it a little different. I was kind of expecting something else to happen, but now that it didn't happen, I don't know how the things are going to advance for Doomsday, for the next movie coming out. So I thought the ending was a little like anticlimactic. Yes, the like Sue in that part was awesome, and the baby was awesome. Franklin was another thing I loved about the movie. I thought Frank was awesome, even though he was just a baby the whole movie. But yeah, I just thought there were some issues with that. Some of their how they're powering some of these characters, like power levels and such. I get it, like they need to change things for the movies, but it just didn't sit right too much with me. But I'm curious to see what happens and how it leads into Doomsday. And like we all develop our theories and such, and it's crazy when things happen and kind of totally like derails your theory. But the end credit scenes were the mid credit scene was awesome. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm sure you've probably been on the internet, you probably know what it is, but yeah, I thought that was awesome. That got me really excited. Like, that got me like, oh, I'm ready, for the next one. But yeah, I thought that was awesome. I can't wait to see how they explain all that. And then the last end credit scene, it was okay. It was kind of funny, but yeah, I mean, I know the movie, it got cut down. I know they edited a lot out of the movie. The movie was like 2 hours long, like a little less. I felt like if they kept it a little, if they kept some of that stuff in, or like added in a little more, maybe it would have like felt a little better to me. I just felt like not much happened. Well, I mean, not that not much happened, and I just felt like there wasn't enough action in it. A lot of it was just, kind of just quick cuts of stuff and talking and such, but I wanted a little more action. My favorite scenes of the movie were the action, really the big action pieces of the movie. But yeah, I just thought there should have been a little more of Reed and Thing, Ben, I just thought they should have shown their abilities a little better in the movie. Sue I thought was perfect. Like her abilities were awesome. Like I said at the ending, it got a little didn't make quite much sense to me. I could pull up comic panels for you like that time, and like that wouldn't have happened, but I digress. And then and then Johnny was perfect in the movie too. Like, he had just the right amount of being like not like a womanizer, but being like a like that. He's a hot guy, and he has all the ladies love him or whatever. Like, I thought they had the right amount of that for him, even though they said they weren't gonna put that in the movie. But yeah, I'm gonna give the movie. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5, like a 3 to 3.5. Lower than Superman. Superman, like I said, it's not perfect, but it made me feel some type of way, and I just thought all the characters were really well represented. Based on their comic appearances, the original source material. The story was great. It got me excited for what comes next. The stinger, the tease at the end was awesome. I loved the movie beginning to end. Fantastic Four, like I said, it had its issues with me. Just kind of, being a little slower. Not as much action. A couple little things that bothered me, like comic book wise and such. But it's just my opinion. I enjoyed the movie a lot. I didn't think it was a horrible movie at all. I just wanted a little more, a little bit more of stuff into it. It is what it is. I have my opinion. You have yours. If you absolutely love Fantastic Four, I'm not gonna hate you for it. Like, you loved it. I loved Superman. People may hate on me for that, but whatever. But yeah, I'll go see Fantastic Four again. Like, I won't rush out to see it like I will Superman, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Like, it's worth seeing. It's worth seeing on a big screen, I think, especially to see Galactus like stomping through a city, like, or space. The space battles were cool, and go see it. Definitely go see it. But I like Superman more. Sorry. Okay, so to coincide with my movie reviews, we're gonna let something breathe. Get that going. So, I'm sure you could tell with these two movies coming out, there have been toys, many toys. So let's start with Fantastic Four. Now, I have all of them. I ordered all of them. There were Thing and Silver Surfer are still in my pile of loot on Big Bad Toy Store, so I don't have them in hand yet. But all the ones that did come in, I will open for you guys. I'm pretty excited to open these. So, let's start with Johnny. Probably one of my favorite characters in the whole movie. So, I do like the packaging on these. These are Marvel Legends, Hasbro Marvel Legends. I do like the packaging. It has that 60s, the 60s logo. They made them white and blue, like their costumes, the team. I like how the bubble is. I got an extra set so I could get them signed maybe one day. Maybe. But yeah, the figure's awesome. I'm gonna unbox them and show you him. Yeah, the likeness on him looks great. All right, let's just open it. So let's slice and dice. Okay, let him breathe. Okay, put all this trash over here. Okay, so we got Johnny Storm. He comes with the flames that you could put on his hands to to like have him do his fire powers. He comes with an extra set of hands. He has the fists, so you can have him punching things. And then the normal one has the regular, they call him, well, he has a C grip hand, and he has a like a whoosh, fire blast hand, I guess. But yeah, this figure's awesome. I always love Marvel Legends in general, but I like the way it feels in the hand. I like the grooves on the I'm gonna call it a sweater, because they looked like sweaters in the movie. Like their outfits, they were more like, it was like they were wearing like sweaters. It was weird, but it was cool. But I like the lines on the suit, because it's like in the comics when he would flame on, he had like these black lines on him. So I like that they had that in it. I like that the belt is like a separate rubber piece, so it like feels like a real belt. Even the watch, his watch, the fantastic, the fossil watch, is a separate piece. So that's pretty cool. I feel like they did a lot more details on these figures than they have other lines. I mean, I haven't opened a Marvel Legends in a minute, but I mean, this is great. I mean, the articulation is good. He has, pretty much everything. If you have a Star Wars Black Series figure, Hasbro Ghostbusters, or any of those Power Ranger Lightning Collection, they're all pretty much the same articulation for the most part. But I really like this figure. It looks just like I always forget his name. I always forget the actor's name. Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things. Yeah, it looks like him. The hair looks good. I like how he's smirking, like a typical Johnny smirk. Actually, now that I look at the hair, I feel like in the movie his hair was more like a doll of a kid or something. Hold on. I don't know how to. Johnny Storm movie. I'm gonna show you. Let's see. Yeah. So if you look at his hair in this picture, see how it's kind of like, it's like a little messy, but it's like down. Here, there's another example of it. Like here, like this is another, like his hair, like see, he has like the bangs and it's kind of like down. Like they made him have like slicked up hair. I guess it could be like he's flying, and I don't know, but like his hair isn't. I just noticed that. So it's a little off. Here, actually, someone has a comparison pic on here. Let's see. Cha. Let's see. Yeah. So there's the Marvel Legends art. Yeah. So looks like they changed. Looks like maybe. Oh, I see. Maybe what happened. Maybe they made concept art of him with the slicked up hair, and then they decided to have him not have that hair, but they just went with it. So see, it's a little different. It even says gave Human Torch a new hairstyle. Isn't that weird? So that kind of throws me off now, because it's not like how he has it in the movie. Weird. All right. Let's put on these hands. Let's see how this works. So you could kind of... Oh, okay. You're going to have to take So to put the flame hands on, you have to take the hand off. Put them on. The hand back on. Ugh. Comes off pretty easily. And then you could just go... Make the sound effects. Yeah, I'm a big Johnny Storm fan from the comics and such, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it looks cool. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I like the figure. Besides the hair, I mean, I'm nitpicking at this point, but it's pretty weird that they did that. whatever. I digress. So, okay. So next, we got... I gotta make sure I don't lose any of these pieces. Okay. Next, we're gonna do the Human Torch again, Johnny Storm, but full flame on. And this figure is definitely a lot cooler than the unmasked one, obviously. It's weird. One has tape on the top on two ends, but this one has tape on just one end. I don't know what they do sometimes at these places. Okay, put this over here. Alright, so, yeah, this one's cool. This is really cool. I mean, for obvious reasons, but, see, this one's cool because the flames are, like, on the alternate hands, they're, like, attached to the hand. So yeah, so he comes with these alternate hands. They're like his like flying hands or like blast hands, I guess. But like, see, they're pretty cool. I think those are cool. I like how the flame like looks on them. It actually looks like real fire. It's kind of cool. Wow, this figure's pretty awesome. It's heavy because of all the extra flames, but it's weird. Yeah, he's kind of like. It's a little weird. It looks weird, but I mean, it's hard to kind of do fire like that. But is that how his hair's supposed to look? Yeah, I guess it's just him like flying. Let me just see. I'm psycho like this. Like, I always end up getting like messed up figures. I always end up getting like bad paint jobs or like the mold's not done right or missing, whatever. So I wouldn't be surprised if I got a bad figure. Let's see. Okay, good. Yeah, so it's supposed to look like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it just looks weird because it's like off to the side, but I get it. Like they're trying to simulate him like fire doesn't like kind of stay like symmetrical on you. Like it kind of just pops out wherever. But yeah, this figure's cool. I like that the eyes are glowing. He's kind of transparent. I mean, I don't know if you could tell with the let me see if I can with my flashlight. Yeah, so he's like he's transparent if you could see that. So that's pretty cool. If you do figure photography, you could make him look like he's on fire by putting a little light through him. That's really cool actually. But yeah, he's awesome. I think this one's like the face is the same. It's a different mold, obviously, but it's this. It looks like Joseph Quinn, but it's cool. I like it. It has the lines on it, like I was telling you about before. I think he's cool. I think this one's definitely an awesome, like probably one of the best ones of the line. All right. So next, we have probably my other favorite character of the movie is Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. Yeah, Vanessa Kirby was awesome as Sue Storm. I hadn't really seen her in much before this. I saw her in the Mission Impossible movies. So I haven't really, got to see her act, but she was great in those. But yeah, I absolutely loved her in the movie. I thought she was a great Sue Storm. I thought she was perfect. Granted, what happens at the end was a little much, but you'll see what I mean. I could always do another a spoiler review later to let you know my like thoughts on the actual thing that happened. But this figure's cool. Oh, okay. So mine, of course, like I said, I got a messed up one. So like the belt, see the belt on her is like, that's how it came. So let me see if I can fix it. It's like a piece is missing or something. That's really annoying. I'm going to have to get another Sue Storm figure, I think. Because this one's not... It's screwed up. It's like a chunk of the belt is missing. Yeah, so I'm going to have to get another Sue Storm. Because this is literally what she looks like right now. I can't, like, it doesn't connect and it doesn't stretch far enough to, it's like it's missing. Weird. Yeah, someone screwed up on this figure for mine. So I'm gonna have to get another Sue Storm. Hopefully they still have her in stock. But yeah, she's cool. She comes with fist hands. They're tiny. And then she actually comes with her force field. It's a little weird. It's like has these like, oh, I guess they're like bullet holes or something, but she didn't fight anyone with bullets in the movie. It would have been cool if they made it like had a little like rainbow like effect, like a foil, hollow foil effect on it, because her powers were like, they looked like you would like a rainbow, like when the sun goes through like raindrops and it creates, you know, rainbow or a prism or whatever. Like that's how it looked in the movie. It was cool. I wish they kind of did that with this, but it's still pretty cool. That kind of her hands like that, and it has the slot that you could put it in. It's kind of cool. Has a cool pose. Her likeness is great. Looks pretty much like her. Yeah. This one's pretty cool. I just have to get a new one for the belt because it's screwed up. But yeah, Sue Storm was awesome. I thought she was great in the movie. And I thought her figure's great. Okay. So that one's that. And last but not least, we have Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. Okay, so open that up. Okay. Alright, now this one's going to be fun. So he comes with an extra set of fists, or set of fists. He has his, I gotta show this part last. He has his like kind of, you know, sprawled finger hand. Likeness is great. His belt's good. I don't have to worry about that. But he also comes with stretchy arms. One's bigger than the other, I guess. No, they're the same. I like that even on the watch I was talking about, even on the stretch hands, they have the watch. Like, that's pretty cool. Well, I was curious. I wanted to open this because I couldn't tell how the arms were in the, like, what they were made out of. Like, looking at them in the package, thought they like were gonna be rubbery. But these are solid. They actually have. Looks like they should have their own articulation too. Yeah, I mean, kinda, not really. Oh, they are bendy. They are. Haha. So you could bend it. I mean, pretty good. You can. I don't want to. It feels like I'm gonna break it though. Like, I don't know what they made this out of, but it does bend. That's cool. It looked like a solid piece, and it doesn't like. This is blowing my mind right now. Like, cause like all the other bend like toys we got back in the day, like, you know. I'm sure when the other movie Fantastic Four figures had bend ones, they like, you know, in time they crease and they, you know, they make lines. This doesn't, like, and it's solid. It feels like it's like a normal arm, but it's crazy to me. So we're actually I want to put those on. So these come off pretty easily. His normal arms come off easily. And then you could put the stretchy arms. This is pretty cool. This is a sick figure. He was probably like one of my least favorite parts of the movie, but like, that's pretty cool. And then you could stretch them. Let's see if you can make like weird. Like you could do like, you could go like he's like flexing, you know, like Hogan style. Yeah, he didn't do any weird stretching stuff like this in the movie. He like grabbed a ledge or whatever, but like I wanted to see like him like doing some weird stuff. Like I'm hoping that they just wanted to give us a taste in the in this one, and then like later, like, you know, Doomsday and such, he'll get to do some weirder stuff. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool line. I the details on them are cool. The paint job's great. Posability's great. The accessories are great. You know, besides my Sue Storm, like I said, I always end up getting a messed up one. So, and of course, she's like my favorite character. So, but yeah, those are all the Fantastic Fours that I have. Thing I'm excited to open when I get them, because I want to see how solid he feels, and see the details on him. And then the Silver Surfer is cool because she comes with like this base that you could put her surfboard on. That's from a part of the movie that looks like that she's surfing like in over something. It looks cool. So I'm excited to get those when they come out. Now, I don't have everything from I don't have everything from Superman with me. I have a lot of it is in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store, same as the, you know, Fantastic Four. So my Lex is in my pile of loot. My Metamorpho is in my pile of loot. And then Bacon Nate was awesome to find for me. The number 4 robot. And the battle damage Superman. So I don't have those on me. And I don't have the giant, the mega figure Kaiju. That would have been a cool one to review with the Superman, but and I don't have Ultraman with me either. So but I have these. So let's start with this one. Let's start with Ultraman. This is actually the battle damage Ultraman. This was I believe, Walmart exclusive. Yeah, I think he's a Walmart exclusive. He's pretty cool. This was a gold label. Usually the exclusives, they do gold labels. And like I said, they release a normal Ultraman. But I understand why they couldn't have the unmasked head of who he is. I'm not going to spoil it. But I get why, because of, you know, they don't want to spoil the movie before it even comes out. But this is from the part in the movie where he like takes his mask off, or her, or whatever. I'm not going to tell you. And it reveals who it is. But yes, I mean, this is pretty much just the same figure as the regular Ultraman, but it has like scorch marks on them, and the lenses on the goggles are like cracked. So it's kind of cool. So we're gonna open this guy up. McFarlane does so many of these little tabs. So open them up. Ultraman. Ultraman is pretty cool in the movie. Like the whole movie, I was like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And, you know, I had my theories and such, and, you know, I was, you know, so online, a lot of these people, they kind of put out these theories, these like extravagant, like amazing, like crazy theories, and you're like, oh, that sounds awesome. Like, I hope that happens. And then it never ends up happening. So it's like, it almost gets your hopes up for something that just isn't going to happen. So like I didn't feel that way when I found out who it was, but I thought they were going to do a little more with it, but I think they're gonna later because of how they ended it in the movie. So, but I digress. So it comes like all McFarlane multiverse, they come with these trading cards. So it has the deluxe theatrical edition stamp on the side that it does. So see, I love this. I love that he didn't spoil what the movie was, because like you had that Flash movie that came out, you know, a couple years ago. There was a Black Flash or Dark Flash, whatever they called him. And if you read the back of the box or you read the trading card, it tells you who it is. It spoils the whole movie. So I like that. So it says Ultraman Battle Damage Superman from Superman. Data file. Real name not available. A mysterious and powerful foe working for LexCorp is a physical threat even to Superman. So they don't spoil anything, which is cool. So he has that. It's a little weird that the picture on the card isn't of a Battle Damage Ultraman, but it's just of Ultraman. Oh, man. It has little pull tabs on him. Okay, so he comes with a lot of extra hands. Let's see here. Taped up. Okay, so he has... Okay, so he has four different sets of hands. He's got a kind of like a grabbing hand, like a I'm gonna get you, like a clawing hand, like he's got a trigger, like holding a weapon hand, and he's got a fist. And then he comes with just open palm hands. I hate that they put these little butterfly stick, little tie wrap things on them. I have to cut 50 of them before I can show you the figure. Almost there though. I just don't want to ruin these figures either because they're so cool looking. And one more. Yeah. Okay. So now we can pull out Ultraman. Oh, I missed one. Ah. Where is that one? Oh, it's up there. Okay. My hands are all sweaty. Mom spaghetti. From my room being 90 degrees. Let's take out these other hands so I can show you the Ultraman. Okay, and one more. Okay, that's that. Okay. So we got Ultraman. This is how he's posed in the box. He's pretty cool. He feels hefty in the hand. Weird. The boots are weird. Oh, okay. Interesting. He's pretty cool. He feels bulky. He feels like he's a threat to Superman. Even the suit, they put these extra rubber pieces on it where it feels like it's a suit. It feels like there's somebody underneath. It's pretty cool. Wow, that's awesome. I like that. And then the goggles are cool. I better show you him. So he has his a little scar, charring on his purple outfit. And then he has the cracked goggles. He's pretty cool. I like the way he feels in the hand. Yeah, this is an awesome figure. It looks just like from the movie, obviously. He's pretty cool. These ball joint legs are weird. You have to really get them set. It's weird. Okay, there we go. Yeah, pretty cool. Ultraman. See the movie to find out who he is. Who is it? Or she? Yeah, Ultraman, awesome figure. So let's put him up here. I don't want to lose any of these things either. We're going to put Ultraman here. Okay, let me take all these hands. 2, 4, 6. Perfect. Okay. All right. Now, we got... Oh, yeah. So we got one of my favorite parts of the movie. one of my favorite characters of the movie is Mr. Terrific. This was a red label, so he was a little harder to get. I ended up getting this one through like a third-party seller on Walmart. I didn't pay too much more than what I should have. But this was this is one I didn't expect me to like the character so much. I mean, I knew who Mr. Terrific was from the comic books, but you know, they don't really like do much of him in things and like media like that, so like you don't get to like really see of how he is. But this movie really like made you love him. He was played by, I forget the actor's name, but he was in X-Men First Class as Darwin, and he played a character that wasn't supposed to die that easily, and he died that easily. So this actor, I believe his name is Eddie or Edie, he actually got his redemption in this movie. Like, he was probably one of the best parts of the movie. He was just so funny, and he looked cool, and his, like, you learn more about him in it, so you like kind of just develop a like for him. Take all these stuff out. So he comes with the trading card and a stand as well. Stand. Mr. Terrific trading card. He's pretty cool with the T-spheres. Had no idea what T-spheres were until this movie. So let's see. Okay. So it says Mr. Terrific from Superman, data file, real name, N.A. Mr. Terrific, whose seriousness contradicts the whimsy of his name and the gadgets he devises, is perhaps the real, if not acknowledged, leader of the heroic trio, the Justice Gang. Working title. I like that it says that. Working title. Terrific wields his trademark T-spheres, small, multifunctional metal orbs the size of tennis balls, which he controls with complex hand signals, operates his flying rig, and of course, bids his signature T-craft. Yeah, the T-craft was cool in the movie. Yeah, there's a scene with Mr. Terrific in the movie that's just like, wow, like his, like it killed it. It was awesome. I will say it's like, you know how James Gunn in his movies, he always is like big on music and having these awesome fight scenes with some awesome song. Well, Superman is definitely not shy of that. And Mr. Terrific actually gets a scene like that. And it was awesome. Like it was so good. Just the way they did it, and like the music, and it was great. I thought it was hilarious. So I didn't realize this. So he comes with one extra set of hands, but then, just like the deluxe Superman, he comes with the changeable faces, which I had no clue that this figure did. So let me show it off. So he has like not C grip, but like trigger hands. And those are his only extra set of hands. It looks like he has, oh no, I dropped a piece. Oh good, it's on my chair. Oh, okay. So his other hands that he has posed with him are the T-sphere hands. And he's kind of posed like in the scene that I was just talking about. So it's kind of funny. Because it was such a good scene. I'll show you the alternate faces in a second. Just gotta cut all these little tabs again. There's so many. Not as many as Ultraman, thankfully. But yeah, Mr. Terrific was pretty awesome in the movie. I keep saying that. Definitely a scene stealer. Definitely has me wanting to see more of him. He had his voice was cool. I don't know, like I was telling my friend we're watching, he just had this, like a cool voice. I just thought it was perfect. And just kind of like, I like how they kind of he's bringing these like more obscure superheroes and like into like the public, and kind of makes you like them, like you should have this whole time, you know? So I've got one more cut to make. I believe that's all of them. Yeah. Ooh, I don't want to break them. Okay, so Mr. Terrific. Wow, this figure's cool too. So just like on the Ultraman, he has like rubbery outfit. So this is kind of a little. I don't like this a little much about it, but it's still so cool. So like I said, he has the rubbery outfit. But see how this is all like one piece. This is supposed to be like he's supposed to wear this jacket over, the inner suit. So they kind of made this like one piece and then this separate. So it almost looks like he's wearing like a biker vest or something with like, like Sons of Anarchy or something, but still like it's still cool. Like I'm not going to be nitpicky about it, but it's still a cool figure. It says terrific on the back. It says fair play on the arms, just like in the movie. His face looks perfect. Like the mask painting on is good. The T-sphere hands are awesome. Everything's awesome. I mean, it looks just like in the movie. So yeah, that's and there's the T-spheres. So you could have him do like in the movie. So now he comes with the alternate faces. So I guess the face he's wearing is like a smirk. So then this one is like a more of like a serious like I'm not dealing with your shit like face. Then he has like a really smiley face when he's like, I just want to screw with Green Lantern, and he smiles. Like that was the best line. And then like a angry face. So I think I'm gonna have probably the serious face for him, because like that's how he is in the movie. He's like very serious and he's like funny. So you just pull the face right off. It's so weird. And he looks like Nightmare Fuel, like a Cyclops. But we're gonna put the serious face on him and see. Be very careful. Yeah. See, I like that one. See, it's so hard to tell. Like, some of these faces look exact. Okay, yeah. So this one has a little smirk, and this one's just him normal. So, yeah, that's the face we're gonna have. That's the Mr. Terrific, like I think of from the movie. Yeah, awesome figure. Really great details. Like I said, I don't really like that, but they tried to make it look like it's a jacket and such, but it's still cool. Still a great figure. So, Mr. Terrific. Definitely, if you want to see that scene I was talking about, definitely go see the movie, because it was great. The song they picked was a song I never heard before, but I like it. It was funny for the scene. So let's just put all of his pieces. He comes with way more pieces than Fantastic Four do. Okay, now the grand finale. Dun, 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 dun. Superman with Crypto. Now this I'm looking forward to opening. So this is the deluxe theatrical edition of Superman, our new Superman, played by David Corenswet. They released actually 3 versions. So they have this one, this was hard to get when they first went up. So this one comes with the changeable faces as well, and and Crypto. That's probably the biggest reason why everyone wanted it, was for Crypto. And he has the fabric wire cape on this one. So they also released a one without Crypto, without the changeable faces, and without the wired cape. So it's kind of like a cheaper, more affordable option. And then there's like another, like a bare bones version they released, like Ollie's or something, that like has like smaller, cheaper packaging and stuff. I think that's kind of cool that they give you the options, like if you don't want all the extra stuff or whatever. But this one I had to get because it has the extra faces and the Crypto and the wire cape the fabric wire cape to be able to pose. But yeah, we're gonna open this one up. I ordered 3 of this guy, so I have to just make sure that this is gonna be a good one. Okay. So I'm gonna take them out. So like the others, he comes with the trading card and the stand. Yeah, just David Cornswell's Superman was awesome. He just like I said before in my review, like he was Superman. Like it was crazy. Like his voice, just like how he like acted, like his values, and like there's a scene where they're fighting this creature, and like he's trying to find like every way to not kill this creature, like find some safe way to get it out of there. Like he's saving squirrels, he's saving like kids from like debris. Like it's Superman. That's what he does. And like all the people bashing on him saving the squirrel, that's what Superman does. He's like he's the most innocent Boy Scout in fiction. Like he's supposed to be like all good, you know, like it's in his, it's like a joke, you know, like in Batman vs Superman, he's like, you know, in the scene where Clark and Bruce meet at Lex's party, and he's like, oh, a puff piece editorial is about a man who could, you know, saves cats out of a tree or whatever. Like that's what Superman does. He saves like the smallest of animals. Like that's what he is. He's a symbol of hope and good. Like if you didn't like that, like literally 2 second scene of him scooping up a squirrel for being crushed, like you're a fool. I'm sorry. Wow. Okay. So I got Crypto out first. He's awesome. He even has his, I didn't notice this, he has his own fabric cape. That's so cool. And it has the logo on the back. I gotta make sure it gets flat again. And then he has the collar with the gold collar with the Superman logo. And then the best detail about it is his ear is up like he is in the movie. So James Gunn adopted this dog. He saved the dog from like a shelter or something. And he was writing Superman at the time, and this dog like was like ruining his house, but he loved the dog, so he decided to write him into the movie as Crypto. So he modeled the dog Crypto after his dog. So they scanned his dog, and then they had like, you know, stand-in dogs and such. But his dog did that ear thing, so that's why Crypto does it in the movie, is because his adopted dog did it. So I think that's awesome. Kind of wish he had the like open mouth, like you know, the happy like mouth or whatever, because that's like how he was like kind of the whole movie. But I still love this figure. I think it's awesome. Even like the details to make him look like he's fluffy is cool, and the cape, I didn't expect it to be fabric like that. That's awesome. Crypto's cool. The eyes look good. Everything. So Crypto. Oh, I didn't show the card. I'm jumping the gun. So here's the card. And then it says Superman and Crypto from Superman 2025 data file. Both a son of the otherworldly Krypton and planet Earth's small town, Smallville, the metahuman superhero Superman, aka Metropolis's Daily Planet reporter Clark Kent, must now juggle both jobs and personas while under the most severe attack he's ever faced. If Lex Luthor has his way, Superman will soon see the last of Earth, and Earthlings will rejoice. Crypto, a medium to large size, untrained white dog who wears a red cape similar to Superman's. Crypto has the strength of a superhero, but the enthusiasm of an oversized puppy. An often dangerous combination. Beloved by Superman, despite his inability to take commands, Crypto barrels around and pounces on anything and anyone, tail flapping and tongue dangling like a goof. Sounds just like my puppy right now. She's like, there's a scene in the movie where like Superman's in the Fortress of Solitude, and he's getting ready to go back into battle, and he realizes the Fortress of Solitude's all like destroyed, like with holes like tunneled through because Crypto just doesn't care and is just like eating everything and destroy everything like a puppy would. And so he's going to leave, and the Crypto's like following behind him and nipping at his ankles and his, you know, his boots as he's like walking by. That's what my dog does like every time. Like I can't like escape it. It just keeps biting me. Not biting, but nipping. So yeah, this Superman is awesome already. So He's awesome. Looks just like Corn Sweat. It doesn't, my lighting and the camera doesn't do the figure justice. Like, people who are judging it based on the pictures, like, if you have it in hand, it looks so much better, I promise. Like, it looks just like him. Like, it shrunk down. His eyes are blue. Like, everything's perfect. Like, he has a little curl, a little Superman curl on there. Like, it's awesome. But yeah, this video isn't doing these figures justice at all. He has the wire cape with the S on the back. So yeah, he has that rubber feel again. Just on his underwear, on the outside of his pants, they have that rubber feel. The suit, the details on the suit are great. Like the way, the indents on the suit, the boots, everything. This is a great figure. See the indent, all the detail on there. If you can see, I don't want to break him. So he comes with just an extra set of hands, flying, hands, and then he comes with these alternate heads. So he's got so the one he has is just kind of content, not angry, he's happy but not happy. He's just kind of, just content and just Superman, just normal. So then he has a more serious face, and the reason I could tell that is because the brow has the brow lines on it. The other one didn't. There's a more serious. You can't really see the brow lines on the video, but it's a more serious one. Then he's got I'd say this one's the smiling. This is the more smiling one. You can't really, this video isn't picking up the detail on these, so I can't really, but it's more of a smile on him, and then he has a laser vision eyes, which is kind of cool. But I'm gonna probably keep the one that's on him right now. I'm gonna probably keep that one on. This hand has all this little plastic dots all over it. Well, this is why I order extras of these, because of stuff like that. But at least it's just the hand. Yeah, he comes with a fist hand and a C grip hand that's all screwed up, but that's why I ordered double. Yeah, this is a solid figure. He's feels great in the hand, hefty. It's a great likeness to him. It's a great posability. It's a great Superman figure. The cape you can pose, make it look like it's flapping in the wind. Kind of cool. But yeah, I recommend these figures. I know some of them are harder to get than others, but they look great. I mean, that's an awesome Superman. Dun, 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 dun. So I guess the Superman and the Mr. Fantastic made me the most excited out of all these figures, because the playability with them are pretty cool. The stretchy arms on Mr. Fantastic are great, but I love the being able to make a Superman that looks like he could fly and stuff. But yeah, so I'll have to do a part 2 with all the other figures. And maybe I'll have a different opinion on Fantastic Four if I see it, when I see it the second time. If I see it the second time, Superman, I love that movie. It's just it's one of my favorites right now. But yeah, no, I just wanted to kind of share my summer blockbuster love to you guys. I look forward to going to the movies when I can. I have one of those A-list Stubbs A-list AMC memberships, so I get they just changed it actually. Now I get 4 free you get 4 free movies per week, so I can see 4 movies a week if I have the time and I really want to. And then every time I spend money there, if I buy a drink or whatever, it gets rewards. So I go to the movies for free, essentially. I pay, you have to pay, I think it's like $26 a month. There's all different tiers, but I just pay for the one that allows me to get everything. But yeah, I love it. So I've got to see all these movies for free, essentially. It kind of pays for itself. Like, movie tickets cost like $16 for like IMAX, or like 18 for Dolby nowadays, and really like the laser screens, they're not the best. So they almost make it like you have to go see the IMAX and the Dolby Digital and such. So like those are like $18 a piece. So if you go see two movies, that's 30 whatever bucks, $40, with tax and such, to just see two movies. So I'm paying $26 and I could see 4 movies a week. Like, the value in there is great. You could line skip at the the concession stand, blah 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 blah. You get all these extra perks to give you free movies, free stuff on your birthday and such. So I recommend that. The other cool feature about it, before I get off here, is they have a thing called, like, it's an entourage. So you can like add, like, I have my friend Gianni on my entourage, and if we wanted to go see a movie together, I could book the tickets for the both of us because we're both A-list members. So essentially, like, when I pick my seats, I pick 2, and then I could select my friend. It'll say, like, you want to add your entourage to this? And so it's pretty cool. Like, so instead of like having to be like, oh, dude, I'm in seat E12, and you want to sit next to your friend, you could just book it where you're next to each other. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, so I recommend both of these movies. Like I said, I like Superman more, but Fantastic Four was great too. I did not hate it at all. Just had some issues with me. But yeah, I hope you like this unboxing. I hope you enjoyed my reviews. Feel free to let me know what you thought about the movies. You can message me or ask a question for MWO or whatever you want. I'd love to hear your opinions. I'd love to hear, like, what you thought of the movies, and please, like, no bashing on like, don't bash somebody for liking something, like, oh, you like that, like, I've done it before to people and I don't feel good about it, so I don't do it I don't want to do it anymore. But yeah, like, you like what you like. There's things you don't, or whatever. Some people prove it wrong, some people aren't, like, whatever. So yeah, go see them. Go support both the movies. I'm excited to see where the futures bring for both of them. So thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed this pop culture for this month. See you next time. Play my fantastic super music.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Major World Order.